Welcome to K-Tech High School and Junior College. Welcome dear students. As you all know, in our previous lecture we have started a new lesson number 6, Composition of Matter. So, let us begin. Today's topic what we'll be studying today is the types of element and types of compound. Okay children, so let's begin. Now types of elements. To study this, we will do an activity. Now, for that activity, we need some iron nails, copper wire or aluminium wire, a piece of coal. Now you have to take all these substances and rub each object on a fresh surface of sandpaper and observe them. Now children, you have to hammer each of the object with a great force. Take care children, do not hurt yourself. And then record your observation in the table which is present on page number 42 of your textbook. Here the table is having 3 columns. First column is object. Second is the surface shining with the sandpaper, yes or no. And in the third column, does the shape flattens or breaks into smaller pieces on hammering. So the first one is iron nail. No, the surface won't shine when we rub against the sandpaper. And does the shape flattens or breaks into small pieces on hammering? Yes, children? The answer is yes. Second, we have copper wire. Now, is the surface shining when rubbed against the sandpaper? Yes. And the shape, does it get flattened or break into pieces? Yes, it will break. The third one is aluminium wire. Will the surface shine? Yes or no? Can you tell children? Yes. And will the shape get flattened? Yes, it will get flattened. Now, what will happen with the coal piece? Will it shine when rubbed against the sandpaper? No, it will not shine. Yes or no? Yes, it will not shine. And what will happen when we the shape will change or no when we hammer it? Yes, the shape will also change and it will break into smaller pieces. Yes, children, you are correct. Now we have recorded all the observation. The objects in the above activity are made up of elements iron, copper, aluminium and carbon respectively. You notice that elements have different physical properties like luster or paleness. Luster means glow, malleability or brittleness. Now, here luster means the glow of the surface of the element and paleness means the brightness is not very high. Malleability means where a metal or a substance can change its shape when force is applied to it. And brittleness means the substance can be broken into pieces. Understood, children? So this was the meaning of luster, paleness, malleability and brittleness. Understood? Okay. Now let's move ahead. Now children, according to that elements are classified. In early times, elements were classified into metals and non-metals. After invention of new elements, a new type was discovered, and this new type of element is known as a metalloid. Now, the detailed study of these types of elements will be made in our next chapter, metals and non-metals. Now children, we will study something about types of compounds. Here we have to do an experiment. For the experiment, we will need some apparatus like evaporating dish, tripod stand, burner, etc. And the chemicals which we need are camphor, washing soda, blue vitriol, sugar, glucose, urea, etc. So these are the chemicals and apparatus used. Now, keep the evaporating dish on the tripod stand as shown in the figure. Take some camphor in the evaporating dish. Heat the camphor in the dish strongly with the help of a burner. Find out what remains behind in the evaporating dish. Repeat the above procedure using limestone, washing soda, blue vitriol, sugar, glucose and urea instead of camphor. And record all your observation. Do this carefully under the supervision of your teacher, as some of the powder may catch fire. Understood, children? So this is the method or the experiment which we need to do. Now let's see what happens. Now you saw in the above activity that on heating strongly, some compounds give residue while others do not give any residue or blackish residue. Now, the black residue is mainly made of carbon. Moreover, when such compounds are strongly heated in air, combined with oxygen to form some gaseous substances. Now here residue means a small amount of substance is left over after heating, burning or combustion. In some case, the combustion is not complete. Black colored carbon remains behind as residue. So these compounds are called as organic compounds or carbon compounds. Now let's see some examples of organic compounds. Petrol, cooking gas, camphor, sugar, glucose, and urea are some of the examples of organic compounds. Okay, children? Now let's see inorganic compounds. What are these compounds? Compounds that decompose on strong heating to leave a residue behind are called as inorganic compounds. Okay, when heating strongly, this compound leaves a residue behind. And I just told the meaning of residue, a small amount of substances left over after burning. So the examples are common salt, soda, rust, blue vitriol, limestone. These are the examples of inorganic compounds. Now let's see what are complex compounds. The molecules of compounds have a complex structure formed by many atoms, and in the center of this structure metal atoms are also included. Such compounds are known as complex compound. Now, examples are chlorophyll that contains magnesium, hemoglobin that contains iron, cyanocobalamin that contains cobalt. Cyanocobalamin are the vitamin B12. Now, these were the complex compound. Now, various atoms in the molecules of compounds are joined by chemical bonds. And this we can study in detail in our further classes. I hope you understood the types of compounds and elements, children. Now let's move ahead. We shall learn about types of mixture, homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. Now first let us see what is a mixture. When two or more substances combine together, it is known as a mixture. When two or more substances they are combined together, children, it forms a substance called as a mixture. Now let's see the examples. The first one is, here I have mixed some pulses, combined together some pulses. So this is also an example of a mixture. The second one, I have dissolved salt in water. it also forms a mixture. And the third examples we have of a bhel. So we all love to eat bhel, isn't it, children? This is also an example of mixture of various ingredients. Now, children, let us see what is a phase. Now, the part of matter having uniform composition is called as phase. When the part of any substance is uniform, same, is called as phase. All the particles of solid that stay together forms a single phase. For example, here we have a heap of stones. So many stones come together and they form a single phase, means a uniform composition, same composition. Okay, children? I hope it is clear. Similarly, a liquid substance along with all the soluble substances dissolved in it together constitute a single phase. Now, similarly, in liquids also we have a single phase substance. Now, from this we understand that single phase is not only for solids but also for liquids. Here we have the example of seawater. So, in seawater, as it is in liquid state, many other soluble substances are also dissolved in it and they form a single phase, means a uniform composition. The liquids present together but not mixed with each other constitute separate phase. Like we have an example of oil mixed with water. Here we can see the layers of oil is separated from that of water. So here we have a separate phases, means different phases, as you can see there. Now let's see what is homogeneous mixture. When all the components of a mixture form one phase, it is known as homogeneous mixture. See here, for example, we have tea. Many ingredients are included in making tea, but the end result which we get, that is tea, which I have shown the picture on the screen, is the uniform composition, that is same composition, means all the things are combined together to form one phase, that is known as homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture. Let's see what it is. When the components of a mixture are distributed into two or more phases, it is called as heterogeneous mixture. For example, I have combined together many dry fruits. So this does not include a single phase. There are many phases, which means all the badams and all the kajus and all the other things which you can see on the screen can be separated. Hence, it does not constitute a single phase, hence known as a heterogeneous mixture. Are you getting this, children? So the mixture is divided into heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. Understood, children? Let's take a look over the summary. So what is a mixture? When two or more substances combine together, it is known as a mixture. What is a phase? The part of matter having uniform composition is called as phase. When all the components of a mixture form one phase, it is known as homogeneous mixture. When the components of a mixture are distributed into two or more phases, it is called as heterogeneous mixture. Understood, children? Now, let's take a look over the notes for today's topic. First, we write new words followed by glossary. And then question number 1, identify the odd term and then explain. Question number 2, give examples of each one of the following. And question number 3, answer the following questions. Same question number 3, you have to write down the answers in brief. The questions which have been asked, you have to write the answers in detail. Okay, children? Then we need to write the chemical composition. You have to prepare a table of 3 columns and write the composition of each one of the element. That's all for today's session, children. Hope you all have understood the topic. Thank you.